So when it comes to a frozen shoulder, the recommendation for treatment of the frozen shoulder is for you to do the treatment straight away. No matter what your injury is, the sooner you're able to actually build or support that injury or start rehabilitation, the quicker you will recover. The longer it takes you to respond to that weakness, the longer it will take you to also recover from that illness. So I wanted you to hear it, not just from myself, not just to talk about how I've gone, but to talk about the experiences of my practitioners with their patients. I have treated people who have had injuries as well as a naturopath and herbalist and nutritionist. And when I treat people and when I treated myself, it was all around diet, supplements, and herbs. So let's talk about that first. When it comes to your diet, when you're unwell, when you have an injury, you always take into account what your body is trying to do. If your body is trying to heal itself, then the least amount of work for your body is what's best. So I always say, when you're sick, don't try and eat very rich foods. Don't try and eat fatty foods or sugary foods, because that makes your digestive system too busy. That creates a more difficult time for your system detoxifying it. So the process of actually healing itself goes down the line. Detoxification goes first for your body all the time. So if you want to heal yourself, the simplest possible meals, less sugars. Why? Sugars are inflammatory foods. So you don't want to be eating a lot of sugars. When you're eating a lot of sugars, you increase inflammation in your system. Actually, try this. If you are, for example, we just had winter, and in the height of winter and the height of self-isolation for other countries, a lot of people have started getting sick and impatient and just irritable. But what they didn't realize was during isolation, there was an increase in chocolates and an increase in alcohol. When you increase the intake of those foods, you also stop your brain from functioning properly. Sugars are like drugs to your brain. It stops your brain from actually functioning right. So if you want to be thinking clearly, avoid sugars. Sugars, again, as I said, are also inflammatory. So if you have perhaps just a slightly compromised immune system and you increase your sugar intake, more often than not, you will find that you will get sick, you will have a cold, or you will start feeling feverish. And that's because, again, sugars increase that incidence in your body. So eating right is very important. Thinking and keeping in mind that your mindset's very important is also crucial. And that's why elite athletes have mindset coaches. So what elite athletes have, we want to have.